You know, I'm doing another one in the budget build series, and it started with the budget Fury Druid, went to the budget Whirlwind Barbarian, and now here we are at the budget Javazon. Um, you know, trying to use pretty much mostly gear that you can find from Nightmare Mephisto, and then beat the game with. Uh, my charms excluded because I was just too lazy to move them out of my inventory. But you can see here that mostly my charms are faster hit recovery and some, you know, mediocre melee charms, mana charms, and then a couple resistance charms. So, anyways, yeah, I just figured why not try and make some budget builds. I mean, the game is generally more fun and smoother when you have better gear. But this is pretty workable here. I've done a Chaos run or two. I did a Bale run. Luckily I didn't have any really tough soul packs to deal with, because I think this build would struggle with that. But you have ways to work around it. I hope we get like a moderate amount of souls in this video so that I can show you how to deal with them. And you'll know that in my other video I showed you that my Merc has a Reaper's Toll, a G-Face, and a Treachery, and that's like my endgame gear. And it's really good at dealing with souls because your Merc does a lot of damage, and Decrepify is just a really good thing to have. But we were not going to use that. This time I've swapped out his shit for a Tal's Helm, and then just a rare Mancatcher, that has decent damage. This obviously not something that you're going to find in Nightmare Mephisto, but you could find like a the exceptional version of the Mancatcher and then up it or something like that. So, just whatever weapon you can find. More than likely, or you'll find one of these fuckers, the Pierre Tombal thing, and you can always up that. It's not the greatest weapon, but it does good damage at least. Yeah, so here's the gear that I've settled on, and then I can go through the skills on maybe we'll do skills first. So, like my other Javazon, we're maxing out Jab, we're maxing out Charge Strike, we're maxing out Lightning Fury. Then I have put some points into Lightning Strike. We're going to leave that alone for now. Nothing in bow skills, obviously. And then we're heading over to the passive skills. Now, generally you want enough critical strike to get around 50%. And it just helps your physical damage a lot. If it's 43% with 5 points instead of 7, that's totally fine. Pierce, you want around 70 if you can get it. I've always felt that 63 is fine to get with my Razor Tail. I think you get like 96% Pierce chance with the Razor Tail and with a total of 7 points into Pierce. And then we're gonna smash points into Valkyrie. And I don't love Valkyrie as a skill, and I don't love having dodge, avoid, and evade. They kind of mess up your flow a little bit sometimes. But I wanted to put an arbitrary number of points into Valkyrie until I had almost 2,000 health for her. So I actually thought I had put one more point in to get 2,000 life, but I guess I didn't, and that's totally fine because it doesn't really matter. 17 points is great. Actually, I think 17 is like a magic number. I think that's when she gets like a rare amulet too, or something like that. So, shoot for 17 points eventually, and then I just smash the rest into Lightning Strike for additional damage for Charge Strike and Lightning Fury. Now, since you are doing a physical damage build a little bit with Jab, it is important to note that your attack rating kind of sucks. I do usually have a Demon Limb on Switch, and using that is actually really nice, because the additional 100 or so fire damage that you get is useful against souls and other lightning immunes. Along with it, it boosts your attack rating to about 7 or 8k instead of 4.9. So Demon Limb is nice to have. I've taken it off because I don't think it's super budget, and just replaced it with a lower resist wand or knife, and you can buy one of these, I'm pretty sure, from like Nightmare Mala or Nightmare Kara even, I don't know, but not super hard to find one of these. So get yourself one of those, and here's actually an important distinction to make, is that this lower resist wand is actually not for lightning immunes. This is actually just to help your boss kill, and you know, if you have any like really tough packs of monsters that are lightning enchanted but not lightning immune, that's what this is for. Because you know, if you break immunities with this, you know, and they have 98 resistance instead of 100, you're doing so little lightning damage to them that it doesn't even really matter. So once again, we're going to be speccing pretty heavily into Valkyrie. And then I actually found that I'm using Decoy and Slow Missiles a decent amount against Souls and other difficult monsters. But onto the gear. So classic Titan's Revenge. You can find this from Nightmare Mephisto. It's pretty necessary, I feel like, for any Javazon. This one's upped. When you get a chance to up it, dude, it's worthwhile. The physical damage is much better. Then we went for Skin of the Viper Magi. Really good armor. The plus to skills is nice for a build that's primarily doing, you know, elemental damage from your skills. The resistances are nice. The magic damage reduced is good. And the 30 faster cast rate we're actually using as well. So that's kind of an important feature. So that's why, you know, instead of just using like a Nauseous again, you know, even like this thing is maybe worse. Like maybe I should have put my IAS jewel in Skin of the Viper Magi. But I went with Nauseous. And, you know, that's what I'm going to stick with on my regular build. But Viper Magi is quite good. And we went for a Tal's Helm. Once again, I was talking about this in my Barbarian Whirlwind budget video, but, you know, there's like 3 different helms that you can find from Nightmare Mephisto that are really good. Vamp Gaze, Tal's Helm, and G-Face. Vamp Gaze and G-Face are a little harder to find in my experience. I think I've found around 6 G-Faces all in all, and I've found, I think, probably 15 Tal's Helms all in all, so it's, you know, a different level of rarity, but it's really good. I mean, the life stolen, the mana stolen, the life and mana bonuses, and the resistances are all just very useful stats that make this endgame worthy. And actually, I have more life and mana steal on this iteration of my build than I do normally, so you actually have fewer mana problems than I do regularly, which is kind of fun. It made me rethink maybe my jewelry. Maybe I need to get more mana steal on it or something like that. And you know, a lot of this, like, so the jewelry in particular is really up to you on what you want to use. One thing I will say is that I'm not using a Ravenfrost on this build. You do get your Cannot Be Frozen from the Rhyme Shield, so that's just a very important thing to note. If you can make a Rhyme Shield in a Dragon Shield or a Monarch Shield, I think that's going to be better than a Troll Nest or a Grim Shield, because it'll have a higher block chance with, you know, still not really slowing you down. It's still considered like a light shield. And I don't even know if this is helpful, but I'm using Goblin Toes, potentially just to increase my physical damage just by a little bit when I'm jabbing people down, and potentially can use Crushing Blow on them. But not even sure that this is worthwhile. If you're finding that you're having trouble with resistances because you can't find resistance charms, go ahead and use Res Boots. You know, go ahead and use, you know, faster run walk boots. You know, whatever you can use, really, just go for it. IK boots for the life and the attack rating. Just do it. You know, we'll see if this helps in the end, but not sure it does. Razor Tail, if you can get it, use whatever belt you can find, but Razor Tail just helps with the pierce. You just will overall do more damage. And then the jewelry. So the faster cast rate breakpoints for the Amazon, one of them is at 32. So I used this random crafted amulet that I made, and it just happens to have 1 to Amazon skill levels. You could use whatever. Like, this is not a particularly good amulet. You know, if you found like an Eye of Etlich, or if you found a Saracen's Chance, you know, resistances, attributes, the Eye of Etlich, where is that? Yeah, is 1 to all skills and lifesteal. You know, that's fine too. Plus skills, always nice to have. You know, if you can get Leech on the amulet, that's nice to have too. But I actually just wanted at least one ring or my amulet to have faster cast rate on it so I could reach that 32 breakpoint. And then, you know, I just have a resistance amulet and a mana steal, once again, lightning resist amulet, ring. So, resistance rings, both geared toward lightning, and then I have one lightning charm and a poison charm. Cold resistance pretty low, but you're not getting frozen from the rime, so you're pretty much okay there. You know, the nice part about all these is that I don't have any sockets in anything, so it's really probably one of the more budget builds of my budget builds, because you don't need to socket anything, you only need to up the Titans. The only thing that's not so budget is the Laying of Hands, which I really tried to do this with like a Magnus skin, because really all you're looking for in the gloves is a little bit of resistances and attack speed. My regular gear is probably has an additional 40% attack speed, or at least 35, which I think is another 2 breakpoints on your javelin throw. So attack speed is really good on this character, but I tried to do the Travincle without the Laying of Hands and just with a different pair of IAS gloves, and it was very difficult. The lightning immune council members, just like, when you attack them, they don't die. You know, we can maybe just go check it out real quick. But it's quite difficult. Let me just grab that juvie. Yeah, but you can see actually my mana not really going down just from hitting one unit. We have pretty solid. So actually, interestingly enough, okay, so this is where avoidance is very, very annoying. Is that oh man, my merc is probably gonna die. So yeah, you really just gotta jab these guys down, and you can see how little damage I'm doing to this guy anyways. And you gotta keep recasting your Valkyrie, by the way, so she doesn't die. You really want to get good at casting her right in the middle of all the big bad guys, so that she takes the brunt of everything, and then your merc can survive, because your merc probably does more damage, even with his shitty weapon, than oh, this guy's fire immune, great, let's start pounding out the lightning damage. You know, your merc is what helps bring the damage rather than your Valkyrie, although she is good enough in her own right. And you saw how much I was casting Valkyrie and also Decoy. You know, I just want to bring your attention to, once again, that faster cast rate. So, if I'm not using these, you know, this is my faster, or my cast rate with just baseline. And then you can see that's quite a bit faster once I've got the Viper Magi and the little bit of faster cast rate from the amulet. So when you're in a pack of souls and your Valk goes down, being able to cast her a little bit faster and also with less chance of being interrupted by a void. Like, I don't know if you saw, but like all those Hydras that were hitting me, and I kept like, you know, dodging, hoo-ha, hoo-ha, you know, with those noises and shit. That interrupts any casts that you do, and it's pretty annoying. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and spawn a decoy up there just to take the brunt of those attacks. Glaive, bastard sword. Whoa, holy shit! This is probably not worth picking up for me, but let's just do it anyways. Yeah, I've got a couple of these. But you can see that, I mean, against non-lightning immunes, this guy tanks, just takes him down pretty well. You know, really not much of a problem. You know, the Javazon has always been a absolutely destructive build. There were no souls on the level 2. I'm a little disappointed about that, actually, because, you know, they're not easy and they're not fun. They take a really long time, but it is possible to fight them. Oh, something that I didn't get to note, but was trying to note about the council members, by the way, is that and these guys are kind of annoying because I don't leech from them. Is that I was chucking my javelins at the lightning immune ones, and they actually were taking a decent amount of damage, and that was because the physical portion of your here it is. The physical portion, the 658 to 1337 of your Lightning Fury always hits. So you always do some amount of physical damage. Wow, I'm slow right now. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. These guys are also, these Blood Witches are also a monster that you kind of want to... what the fuck? Who is slowing me? Jesus. Oh, this guy is. Jeez. Blood Witches, you also want to summon your decoy just so that your merc can survive. Yeah, still haven't really gotten through to. Okay, so here. Whew, all right, let me collect myself here. This is going to be a scary one with these kinds of guys. So you can just chuck javelins at souls, and it will do a decent amount of damage just because of the physical portion, which is once again enhanced by the might aura of your merc, which is why I go for a might aura as opposed to a holy freeze. I'm just always kind of terrified of these things. I've lost far too many hardcore classic barbarians to them to feel comfortable. Just ever. Let me go find a couple souls. This video is maybe going to be a little bit longer. So summon the decoy, summon the Valkyrie a little farther in there, and then you just kind of start tanking them, start taking them down. And you can see that your Valkyrie with a lot of life, and these ones actually just don't seem to be shooting at me. I'm not really sure why. But your Valkyrie should definitely take the brunt of the assault again. Whoop. There we go. Take care of these guys. Yeah, let me run around and try and fight some souls. I really feel like that might be a worthwhile endeavor. I also started using slow missiles a little bit more. Not sure if that's useful again. But really, also, when you're fighting souls, your job is to not really attack the souls, because you do so little damage, but to just kill literally everything else around the souls, so that, and to slow their missiles, so that your merc and your Valkyrie can just very slowly take them down. So this is essentially how you would fight souls, is I kill the Blood Witches, I slow the merc, I offer them my decoy and my Valk to attack, and then I kill everything around them. So it's a tedious fighting style, but it is kind of interesting that you can make it work, despite souls being such a... Jesus Christ, see, that's why I'm so scared of them. You can make it work despite this character being particularly bad, at fighting souls, due to the nature of lightning being my primary attribute, or primary elemental damage. Alright, so let's offer, my Valk again. And fighting souls, I do use a lot of life potions, by the way. Fighting souls is always going to be the longest part of any Bale run. The actual Bale run itself, not actually that difficult most of the time. Waves 1, 2, 4, and 5 are really, really quite easy. Wave 3, your only danger is that your merc might die from the Hydras. And that's pretty much it. Oh, come on, there we go. So with the third wave in particular, you want the decoy on the wave there, so that it'll tank some of the Hydra shots. It will also... Bale will also often cast Decrepify on... Fucking shit, he died. What a shame. Oh, there's Bartek. Bale will often cast Decrepify on your decoy if you spawn it there and stand a ways away, so that is very useful as well. So hopefully your Valk is a little farther up on these waves, but as you can see, wave 4 really not an issue. I don't think wave 5, unless Lister is lightning immune, is going to be that hard either. But it is kind of a bummer that my Merc died. I don't know why she's not farther up, but yeah, even though Lister's immune to physical, really not so bad. I think I'm gonna go grab my Merc for Bale, just because. Yes. And you can kind of see that I haven't actually swapped my lower resist wand yet. Like I said, it's really just gonna be for Bale. And it's not necessary, but it does make the kill easier. Oh, I'm gonna dodge that. Dodge that. Nope, I didn't do it. Oh no, he already spawned his clone. That sucks. Whoop. Yeah, so you can tell which Bale is the real Bale by having the curse on him pretty continuously. Whoops. And he's pretty annoying to kill, but not the worst. You can see I'm working him down pretty well. I do actually need to go get some mana potions. Usually I don't need to use a lot of potions on this character, so I just keep a whole bunch of juvies there. But I would recommend maybe 2 lines of mana and 1 line of health potions. All right. Impossible. Whoops. Yeah, it definitely goes faster with your Merc, but lower resist does the job. For sure, it does. I mean, so that's your budget Javazon, and like the Fishizon is much better, much more budget, and that's of course doing Lightning Fury and Charge Strike, and then Freezing Arrow with a synergy of Cold Arrow for the damage, and you can spec into Valkyrie, I guess, if you want to. That's a much better build because you can deal with souls by yourself instead of needing your Merc and your Valkyrie to do it. But I think I don't know. I just like having all spear skills. I just like it. I have a Boson, I have a Jabzon, and I don't wanna hybridize because it's fun to have the hybrid of physical and elemental damage just in one weapon. For both skill trees. So that's it. That's really it. I don't know that there's really anything else for me to talk about. Still not sure if that helped, but there you go. You know what? I just thought about this. Maybe get Inferno Stride. Do I have a pair of Inferno Strides? No, but they're the unique Demon Hide boots that give you a little bit of fire damage per attack. That might help. That might help a little bit against souls or something like that. Every piece of fire damage helps. But anyways, you know what another really good one was that I actually found while preparing for this video again is Lava Gout. Lava Gout would be sweet. So you get the attack speed, you get an enchant cast, so you get the attack rating, you get a little fire damage. Laying of Hands still going to be your absolute best bet. Once again, Trav is going to be very, very difficult without them. But these don't really increase your damage against souls. They don't increase your damage against the Stranglers and the Chaos Sanctuary or the Abyss Knights in the River of Flames. So, there's not too many monsters that these help you against that are lightning immune, but once again, just for ease of everything, they help. They certainly help. All right, well, I hope you learned something. I hope you're satisfied. Go fuck yourself if you're not. No. All right. Later.